UNLV, the top seed. Regular season champs in the Mountain West, Colorado State pulled off a couple of upsets to get here to the title game. With Leah Secondo, Chris Lewis here with you, and both these teams, different paths to get here. Colorado State playing really good ball right now after struggling at the end of the regular season.
And don't be deceived by that number 6 seed, because a 6 can win in a tournament like this. You know, for Colorado State, I think they're coming in with a lot of momentum. UNLV with a lot of pride. They want to win it for the city. They want to win their first title and have that automatic bid.
Well, one of their natives of Las Vegas is Desiree Young. She was named the Mountain West Player of the Year.
Phenomenal sophomore at 6'1", runs the floor really well. I love the way she gets down the floor, gets on the block, works herself, big wingspan. She'll come and block you on that backside just when you think you have her beat, averaging near double-double on the season.
She's a force down low to take a look at how these two teams stack up. UNLV, one of the top offenses. Colorado State plays a little bit slower, but don't worry, they can get the points up when they need to.
Absolutely, and they've showed us that throughout this tournament. I think really the differential tonight is going to be on the glass and taking care of the basketball.
It'll be a fun matchup for the Mountain West Championship and a spot in the NCAAW tournament. Colorado State, UNLV. The Mountain West Tournament in Las Vegas. Coming down to the Women's Championship. UNLV, the top seed, Colorado State looking for the upset. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. At the Thomas and Mack Center, Mountain West Championship game. Colorado State against UNLV. Taking a look at how these teams got there. UNLV, the top seed, taking care of business. Colorado State, meanwhile, a couple of upsets to get to this point. Along with Leah Secondo, Chris Lewis here with you, and Colorado State, they're playing their best ball at the right time. For UNLV, they're looking to showcase that toughness and togetherness that's led them to this point all year.
Well, and they're undefeated at home. A lot of pride right now. They want to bring this one back to the city, and that automatic bid the first time for the NCAAs.
Well, Desiree Young for UNLV is the Mountain West Player of the Year. She's a force down low.
Nearing a double-double on the season, 16 and 12 in the semifinals versus Air Force. She is a blocking machine. She runs the floor very well, will be out on the break and transition, and can even handle the ball. Soft jumper on the inside. For Colorado State, it's double vision. That's McKenna Hoffschild, and she's feeding it down low to Carly Murphy. Great tandem. They run the floor well. Hoffschild is the one that calms the offense. Murphy is the double-double as well. You have to keep Murphy off of the glass, especially the offensive glass, which I think will be key in the second chance opportunities. Moving the rock and wiping the glass, a key for Colorado State, the Rams tonight, and for UNLV, they have to protect the basketball. Minimize the turnovers, play smart, play quick, and be running the floor against the Rams.
You mentioned minimizing the turnovers, a whole bunch in the semifinal for UNLV. They're looking to correct that and take a Mountain West Championship for the first time in 20 years. It's coming up next.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Kubota. Together we do more. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure.
Some of the award winners this season in the Mountain West, including Desiree Young, the Player of the Year for UNLV. As you have these starting lineups brought to you by Kubota. Desiree Young, Essence Booker, the duo for UNLV. Those are the two top scorers on the team. Colorado State, they have a duo as well, playing some great ball right now. McKenna Hoffschild, the lead guard. Carly Murphy was huge in the semifinal win for Colorado State against New Mexico.
And I like Atusu as well, and Kinzer on the three-point shot. She'll trail, try to hit that three-point shot for the Rams in transition.
Murphy Atasu, both of those players complimentary to Hofschild. Lindy LaRock is the head coach for UNLV. Second year leading the program after taking over for Kathy Olivier. She has UNLV atop the conference in quick order. One of the youngest coaches in D1, just 32 years old, a former player at Stanford, played in 4 Final Fours as a member of the Cardinals.
Well, and really changing the culture here at UNLV and doing it quickly.
Ryan Williams, the veteran, 10 years as Colorado State's head coach. He's back in the Mountain West Championship game after being there and winning it in 2016. We had the era of Ellen Nystrom, Aline Gustafsson, had that team perennially at the top of the Mountain West. It's been a little bit of a climb for Colorado State to get back there.
Well, the climb's worthwhile, right? They've got a lot of seniors. They're feeling really good. They're coming in here with some mojo, and the Rebels as well have some mojo here at home, trying to take this one home for the first time in conference play.
And you mentioned it earlier on, Leah, that UNLV has not lost at the Thomas and Mack Center all year. Now, they play a lot of their home games at the Cox Pavilion, which is basically right across the hallway as you look at the last Mountain West Tournament champions. For a while there, it was the Boise State Invitational. They went 4 straight, and then they got knocked off last year in the semifinals. Wyoming beat them and went on to win the Mountain West Championship.
You know, you have a 6-1 here tonight, right, with Colorado State and UNLV. The parity in the conference is there, and it shows with the display that we have, and we're getting set to go here tonight.
Mountain West Championship underway with UNLV, the 1 seed in the regular season champions. One of their best seasons in 20 years. Etheridge immediately from the elbow. And Hofschild will dribble the ball quite a bit for Colorado State. She's only 5'5", gets her first touch. Carly Murphy was a monster in the semifinal win at 20 points, 10 rebounds. In Colorado State's 11-point win against New Mexico, the 2 seed. And here's Murphy. Off the rim, and Rooks brings in the rebound. UNLV, 15 conference wins to just 3 losses, outright regular season champs.
Notice Kinzer came from the opposite end of the floor to help Murphy out when Young touched the basketball that first time, and then quickly recognized.
Since Booker's 3 is off, but UNLV, it's the offensive rebound. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the conference.
And Etheridge being able to fly right in there, and the quick takeaway. Murphy is so strong on the block.
There's Hofschild. And Colorado State, who lost their last 3 regular season games before catching fire here in Las Vegas, winning 3 in a row. They had to play in the opening round. Win against San Jose State.
Etheridge has a lot of ups. 11 in white for UNLV. She'll fly in, be able to tap that ball, keep an eye on her on both ends of the glass tonight.
Atasu flicks the 3, around and down. Colorado State, 35% three-point shooting team, about middle of the pack in the Mountain West. Atasu, one of the high-volume shooters on this team. Booker cut off, uses the fadeaway, off the rim, and Murphy hauls in the rebound.
You know, and it's a good look, right? But the defense gets hands up and is disrupting the shot process, but not at the opposite end.
Upe Atasu, the transfer from Butler and the newcomer of the year in the Mountain West, as Colorado State up 6-0. Desiree Young doubled, shuffles a pass to Booker on the block. Well done.
And so calm, right? She knew the double team was coming. She knew it was there. Somebody had to be free. That's where the communication is key.
Hofschild sees a crease. She's only 5'5" in amongst the trees. The ball stays here with Colorado State and Coach Ryan Williams. Fourth time in the title game for Colorado State. They won it back in 2016, their last appearance. McKenna Hochschild slices inside. Colorado State up 6 early.
Little mad at herself. She gave that pass up. Was fortunate that the Rams were able to retain possession. Wanted it, made it, take it.
Etheridge clangs it off the fingertips of Rooks. Colorado State ball.
Great job on the outside. Good movement of the basketball. That's one thing the Rams do, and I really like, Chris. They look to make that extra pass. And you can see how calm they are in their offense. They really understand where each other is supposed to be spotted on the floor.
Third long ball for Colorado State. Sydney Mack, who shoots it at 43%. What a start for Colorado State. Booker, the answer. Bullseye.
We were talking about this last night, right? This one could go back and forth, up and down. Who has the survival of the fittest?
These teams met late in the year, at the second to last regular season game. And Colorado State dropped it to UNLV.
Well, you know, we talk about getting to your spot early in the offense and kind of freeing up the situation, spreading the offense out. And Hochschild, as she heads to the free throw line, is one of the best distributors of the basketball in doing that.
79% free throw shooter, transfer from Seton Hall, her second year as the point guard for Colorado State, splits the pair. There's the player of the year in the Mountain West, Desiree Young. 15 points and 8.5 rebounds per game. Gets the pass from Booker.
Good recovery by Murphy to get down on the baseline. And somehow Young gets up over the top.
First bucket for Desiree Young. And UNLV within 5. Mack puts it on the floor. A 3-and-D star for Colorado State. That time short on the layup. Booker hounded by Atasu. That draws the contact. First foul on Upe Atasu.
Well, and look at Young. Patient, rolls inside, nothing's there. Bumps off of Murphy. Spins right back, gets her positioning, able to square it up off the glass.
Alyssa Durazo-Frescas. She's a 43% sniper. Great shooter for an excellent shooting team.
Such a quick release, catch and shoot. And that pass was right into her shooting hands.
Offensive foul on the dribble drive. That's the help defense of Desiree Young. And just like that, second foul on Upe Atasu, who averages 15 points per game, one of 3 who average in double figures for Colorado State.
Fortunately for the Rams, they've got a deep bench. Farkas comes in now, very versatile player, number 11 in green for the Rams.
Young against Murphy, good matchup. Etheridge gets the ricochet. Around and out. Excellent rebound by the 6th player of the year, Nneka Obiazor, in off the UNLV bench and immediately finds the scoring column.
And Obiazor knowing exactly where to put that off the glass. How to catch it high in order to get it to fall.
She leads all the Mountain West players in points per minute. She comes in, she gets buckets. Hochschild, contested 3, bucket.
So many little things in Hochschild's bag.
Etheridge slices.
Nice.
What a pace to start this one at the Thomas and Mack.
The hesitation there. Solid rip cut to the hoop.
Hochschild's turn.
Said, Young's a little bit too big there. I don't want to get swatted downtown.
Big size difference to say the least. Obiazor comes up with a loose ball. Both teams comfortable running. Booker, floater. Yes, ma'am. 7 early on for Essence Booker. UNLV hops in front.
so efficient on their motion offense. Watch for the screen set up. Nice cut.
Mack turnaround.
Rams getting back quickly. Chris trying to take away that fast break point.
Both teams highlighted transition play as an area to focus on. Young, step through. Oh, that's why she's the player of the year.
Solid, strong step through. That seam was not that big.
A lot of action to start this one as Hofschild finds the lane.
First to 100 tonight,
I mean, we're getting there. Both teams over 50% shooting. Colorado State's made all 4 of the threes they've taken.
A lot of adrenaline right now, right? You've got to let some of that adrenaline release. Been a long day leading up to this game. Young gets back up quickly.
But both teams are ready for this game as soon as their semifinal ended. They're both fired up. Couldn't wait to take the court tonight. Spot in the NCAAA tournament at stake. Kinzer has played in the prior 2 Mountain West Championship games as a member of Fresno State, both losses. Murphy muscles her way inside. We're way overdue for a stoppage, by the way. Still looking for that under 5. Step back, Essence Booker. Farkas goes stumbling. I make that Petra Farkas. And finally, the huffing and puffing can end.
Take a breath, Chris. Because the threes are lighting it up. Everybody's raining in Sin City. Come on back after this.
UNLV 18-17 and a high-flying start here at the Thomas & Mack Center for a spot in the Mountain West Championship. For UNLV, regular season champs, a lot of it thanks to what Lindy LaRock set up, the different activities for the team that really help build that chemistry and togetherness and the trust within one another. As you can see here, a team trip to a Las Vegas Aces game as Lindy LaRock really thinks that that is a meeting that this team has reached the point it has this year. Colorado State, though, Becky Hammond, one of the all-time greats, the only player at Colorado State who has her jersey up in the rafters in Moby Arena. She's now the coach.
Number 25.
Las Vegas.
Forever ingrained in the rafters at Colorado State. And, Becky Hammond will start her first season at WNBA as the head coach. Great to see the legendary guard now roaming the sidelines here at Las Vegas.
Essence Booker's a pretty good guard for Las Vegas. Already 10 points as UNLV a 4-point lead.
Team building so important, especially through these COVID times. We've talked to so many coaches throughout the last 2 years, ever so much, and just trying to do anything to keep the cohesiveness together with the squad when they could not be together. Whether it was Zoom workouts or storytelling or anything you possibly can to have that bond.
I'm still trying to figure out goat yoga, exactly what the benefit of the goats are, but hey, they make everyone feel happy.
Yeah, they do. That's right, exactly it. They make everybody feel happy. And the way these 2 teams are shooting right now, everybody's happy. The fans are happy, the coaches are happy especially, and the players have really gotten up down the floor. Both teams shooting over 50% right now. Can they keep up the pace? I don't know, but you know, for UNLV, they have to be extremely happy as Booker goes to the sidelines of the way that they've taken care of the pressure on the ball. They were not good at that in their semifinal victory. They've had a nice start tonight.
Kinzer a 3 and Obiaizo the rebound. You mentioned UNLV taking care of the ball. They lost a turnover battle against Air Force in the semifinal, 21-8.
21-8, but they were fortunate. They had 32 points in the paint, and they started off quickly in the paint. They already have 10 in tonight's game as we have the closing seconds here of the first.
Tiara Jackson, backup point guard, draws the switch. Obiaizo launches and connects. After falling behind, UNLV, furious rally. Take a 5-point lead after the first quarter. Crowd in Vegas, loving the Rebels. Trying to close in on a Mountain West Championship. Their first NCAA tournament appearance in 20 years. Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. Make sure to tune in to the 2022 Reese's College All-Star Game presented by Walmart on April 1st, live 4:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Network. Essence Booker's called the closer for UNLV, but she was the opener in this game.
Leads the way for UNLV with 10 points. Really can score at 3 levels. Nice little hesitation step. Will drive the lane. She knows how to kick it out. Also will pull up for a nice jumper and has really had a solid start here thus far. 4 for 7 and has already nailed 2 threes.
This is her second stint in the Mountain West. She started her career at Nevada and then spent a year at Ball State. Couldn't do the intra-conference transfer. And after 13 games at Ball State, to her hometown team, the UNLV Lady Rebels. Oh, Beizor! Beautiful spin on the baseline.
Beizor finishing it and starting it.
Largest lead for UNLV. Murphy attracts a lot of attention.
Attracts a lot of attention, and one thing for Murphy right now is she is being hounded and not allowing her to get to where she wants to be on the block. UNLV's defense getting in her face, pushing her off her comfort zone. But Etheridge is certainly in her comfort zone right now.
Might have been an uncomfortable fall, but it goes in for a chance at a three-point play.
What a drive. We talked about her ups and how she has the ability to get up off the glass for rebounds. Well, you saw it right there. Getting it up over and her teammates having some fun on the sidelines.
First foul on Carly Murphy. Justice Etheridge, one of many Vegas products, has it rattle in.
You know, we talk about changing culture, making things happen, going from a sub-500 season to a winning season in a year's time. That takes a lot of that team building process that UNLV has done and been able to do in a year. And being able to keep players home in the home state, as Kinzer can't finish, so important. That's going to help them down the road as far as being able to maintain this success.
And we heard them yesterday just talk so much with pride in their voice about representing Las Vegas here at this stage at the championship game.
They must have said that 2 or 3 times alone in the press conference, and then a couple more times when we spoke with him off the side. Coach LaRock has done a super job just taking the talent that she has and kind of refocusing them into where they are tonight in this great opportunity.
And of course, Lindy LaRock is a Vegas native herself. Durango High School all-time scorer.
Look at how far out Murphy is. Now, she's not uncomfortable out that far, right? But she wants to be down low on the block so she can do her thing.
Tough look for Hochschild. That defense strong for UNLV.
Absolutely. So UNLV is able to take away that basket at the opposite end where Murphy is so effective, just like that double team was right there by Colorado State.
Dangerous bunt by Etheridge. Clear foul.
Took her down.
So how can Colorado State get back to what was working so well early on in this game?
Well, they've got to run the floor a little bit quicker because right now UNLV is hustling, even though Etheridge picked up the foul there, is hustling them and beating them to the spot. You see number 20, Rook, she beat her player Murphy to that spot where she wanted to go. Good quick hands. Everybody's got their hands up on defense.
High lob entry pass for Murphy, who's fouled. Rupe Itasu is back in for Colorado State with the 2 fouls. Ryan Williams gambling with the Butler transfer. First foul on Jackson. Hochschild off the mark. Game got off to a blazing start. It's almost kind of strange to see a team walk the ball up the floor. Haven't seen that much. Foul down low.
Well, I think that's just as important, too. We know that both teams like to run if they have the opportunity, but I think at the same token, because these two teams are so successful, you've got to be able, Chris, to take the pedal off just a little bit, so you keep the defense thinking. If you're running all the time, they're going to run and try to beat you defensively. But I think that that little form of mystery helps.
We just saw Murphy head to the bench. That was her second foul for Colorado State, and Etheridge has another basket on the interior. Good start for Justice Etheridge, and UNLV up 12. Offshield has the big against her.
Kinzer Jackson having some fun down low on the block. 0 in green and 3 in white.
Callie Clark has it rattle out. After a slow start, UNLV is taking over. Young took an extra step.
UNLV with a 13-9 difference on the glass right now. They're leading that edge on the glass. And during this 29-8 run, the difference of UNLV and what they've been able to do with scoring, especially the 3-ball, has been ever so important.
Colorado State still hasn't scored in the quarter. That ends. Kendall Kinzer, Fresno State transfer. Booker, they look off of Booker. How do you leave open a player averages 15 a game? Too much for the Lady Rebel bench.
Here we go.
13 already for Essence Booker.
We've had 11 threes already between the two teams in this contest. 11. These are teams that don't necessarily have to rely on the three, but you know what? If the defense is sagging off of you, gives you that opportunity.
A lot of size in the middle. Hochschild only 5'5". Could not find the angle. Booker. Finally a miss.
Oh. That's not what Rooks wanted to do, and she knew it right away, too. Just trying to fly in there and get a board. Kinzer with an open space there, being able to hit that shot. And then you know what? When the person's not freed up at the opposite end, they were looking for Rooks to make that cut to the outside. She is very solid from the three-point shot. Wasn't there. Booker able to take it.
Hochschild now 4 for 9 from the floor. Booker gets loose again. Front of the rim, Callie Clark for Colorado State lassos it in. Hochschild bumps, no foul, just out of bounds. Stays with Colorado State coming up. Spot in the NCAA tournament at stake, the Mountain West Championship from the Thomas and Mack Center. Get ready for more Mountain West Tournament hoops tomorrow. We bring you all the men's quarterfinal action live from here at the Thomas and Mack Center. Tip-off at 3 Eastern when Nevada battles Boise State. It all wraps up 11:30 as Fresno State clashes against San Diego State. Catch it all right here on CBS Sports Network. Colorado State has not found many answers inside the three-point line. Part of the reason they're down 12. Hochschild fouled. Team leader in scoring so far, she is 10. Stands for 11 and 12 at the line. Hochschild, a transfer from Seton Hall. 2 times All Mountain West. Last foul on Jackson, her second. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Adam Zucker, Chris Walker, Renee Montgomery, and John Rothstein will get you caught up on the latest college basketball news and highlights coming up on AT&T at the half. After a slow start, UNLV has been in a groove ever since. Etheridge way off, but Desiree Young, a follow-up.
Talk about that communication, knowing where your teammate is on the floor. Young called for it, Booker found her. Now for Colorado State, they have struggled here in this second quarter, only shooting 11%. They've had some good looks, like that one, and dropping the three.
Kendall Kinzer's in there to shoot threes and play good D. She shoots it at a 41% clip. One of the more patient possessions for UNLV.
Good clamp there on the double team.
Booker goes to work, scoots to the rim. It's off. Clark brings it in.
And a nice box out there by Clark as well.
It's important to finish the possession with a rebound against UNLV. Atasu flings to the corner for Mack. Offensive rebound this time for Colorado State. Clark can't deposit it. UNLV has never won the Mountain West tournament. It's just their second appearance in the championship. Booker, after a red-hot start, she's been off. Kinzer en route to the basket, stuffed. And out of bounds off of Colorado State.
And who is there once again? Number 11 in Etheridge. Watch where she comes in and slides right in position. Good position, all ball on that one.
She was named to the conference all-defensive team. Staff says she's the quickest, has the highest vertical leap.
Extremely athletic. She's shown it here early on in this game. Couple stuffs early. Some solid rebounds. One of the reasons why UNLV has the advantage on the boards right now.
Shield gets double teamed. Clark barrels down the lane, took an extra step.
Literally.
Talked about turnovers being a key, Leah, and you look at it, only 5 combined. UNLV just 2 turnovers.
And really doing great job protecting the basketball, and that's one of their solid areas that they have been all season long, except for last night they really ran into trouble. You know that, a lot of that could have been nerves too, right? You know, you're playing in front of the home crowd. You want that opportunity. You're playing at that fast pace. We talked about playing quick, but playing smart. The Lady Rebels have done that early on, and they're getting back and really taking away anything that Colorado State wants to do here in transition.
After back-to-back ran turnovers, Atasu gets fouled. That's Justice Etheridge's second.
Atasu playing some solid minutes this season. Averaging 35 minutes on the season, as Etheridge will have a seat.
Jay Thomas comes on, another Vegas product for UNLV.
And this is not the person you want to be fouling. 80% free throw shooter on the season.
Katasu started sprinting back down the floor as soon as she released the ball. Usually you see a player at least wait to see if it goes in at the free throw line.
She was done.
She knew she was coming out.
She needed a break. I need a break, Coach.
From Nigeria. All Mountain West and newcomer team this year, Ipe Atasu. Booker creates space.
Hey! Just enough, too. Hofschild was looking for some help on that when she had gotten beat. Booker stayed patient.
She's right on her season average of 15 here in the first half. Kendall Kinzer scoots in. Colorado State trying to hang in there. Booker, foot on the line. Shield rebounds.
A good kick and good call.
Mack can't pay it off. Offensive board. Hofschild, who says she wants to be a coach when she's done playing, here directing, going to the step back straight away. Virago Frescas brings in the board.
Farkas is the defender you want. Out here on Booker.
One-on-one. Booker. High off glass. 2 seconds left. Hofschild slipped out of her hands. She could just chuckle about it. As that does it for the first half. Great tempo each way. UNLV, after a slow start, gained control.
Game of runs, right? A lot of punches. A lot of punches for that automatic bid to the NCAA tournament.
That automatic bid at stake. A lot of action at the Thomas and Mack Center. Here on Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. Las Vegas is the spot. UNLV, a 38-31 lead at halftime against Colorado State with Leah Secondo. Chris Lewis here with you. UNLV is 20 minutes away from their first NCAA tournament appearance in 20 years. But Colorado State did a good job of hanging in there in that second when the shot wasn't falling.
They did. They took a little bit more time in the locker room, I think, to make some adjustments. Certainly on that, they did struggle in that second quarter of play. Points in the paint. Certainly the differential right now, 18 points in the paint, as UNLV is shooting almost 45% consistently from the floor.
That's the game summary brought to you by AT&T 5G. You can see right there, Essence Booker, 15 in the first half. She was a superstar.
Really backing up. Last night she had 17 on the game, and already with 15, she's been the catalyst, moving this team, directing it offensively. That nice little pull-up jumper there, able to find her teammates, a little ball fake as well. 3 dimensions to Booker's game, and she has led the way. Pre-nursing major on top of it, so handling it in the classroom and on the court as well.
She can do it all. It's Colorado State, a big second half team all season long. Can they get going here with McKenna Hofschild? Indeed, as the Rams get the first second half basket. Ray Young, player of the year in the Mountain West. The shooter, Durazo Frescas, off the mark. Colorado State was on fire to begin the first half. Came out of the gates blazing. Atasu works baseline. Here's Murphy, who's scoreless so far in this game. Finally on the board. She had 20 in the semis. Colorado State needs her to get going.
She's got her lunch pail with her, a little up and under. Nice job, being patient. You're not going to leave her quiet for too long. Had 12 of her 20 that she scored in the third quarter last night. Brooks answers once again from the outside.
Kayla Rooks, part of this UNLV team that just has shooters everywhere surrounding Desiree Young. The stretch 4 gives UNLV a 6-point lead. Hofschild sees the mismatch. Kinzer is a sniper. Rooks secures.
Good box out there by Rooks, fending off Murphy.
See how Young wants it.
No, totally.
Good defense on the other side by Carly Murphy, preventing her third foul. Atasu with a hand in her face, front of the rim.
Good idea, though, on the kick. Young was still down at the opposite end of the floor. Might have got away with a carry there. Was Booker, but turned over anyways.
UNLV's third turnover. It's Carly Murphy, transfer from Wisconsin Green Bay. Was so big in that semifinal win against New Mexico. Foul trouble in the first half helped keep her quiet. Murphy.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Rook standing tall there. Didn't bite, just kept her hands straight up.
Young gets it deep. Off glass and in.
Nice spin move. Understanding where she was with her back to the hoop. Those are the little things, if you're watching from home, want to play at this college level, want to play at any level of college, because I always think there's a home for everyone at any level. That nice little move, that's where you work on yourself at home.
Tosu gets the answer. On the other end of the floor, she's in double figures with 10, the second Ram in double figure scoring, and Colorado State hanging right in there. NCAA tournament berth at stake. Loser most likely won't make the big dance. Winner is in. Roscoe Frescas from deep.
A lot of airtime on that one.
Newport Beach, California, went to Mater Dei High School, can flat out shoot.
Durazo Frescas had that big three early on in this game. We hadn't been talking about her too much. Look out, here comes Etheridge.
The athlete in the open floor. Timeout Colorado State as UNLV has opened up a double-digit lead.
Running the floor, running the Lady Rebels. Somebody's running to the NCAAs.
Yes, Dak, the SJSU Duck, is in attendance. All the celebrities at the Mountain West Championship. UNLV right now rolling.
Well, they're hot right now. 3 of their last 3 and getting it done in a variety of ways. Good movement of the basketball, swinging it to the opposite side of the floor. And of course, Etheridge here running the floor, taking it coast to coast for the easy 2. This is a UNLV squad that has 22 points in the paint, right? But they're really mixing it up when they needed it. They've had a nice compliment off the bench. They've gotten 7 threes in the ball game as well. So they're getting that inside-outside magic working for them consistently in this game.
Balance has been the recipe all season long. The outside-inside presence of UNLV. McKenna Hofschild, who is the point guard for Colorado State, has her floater go in and out. And UNLV up 11 with the ball. Durazo Frescas lets loose. And Colorado State brings in a rebound. Mack spots up. High archer. Obi Izor brings it in. Before that miss on the last possession, UNLV had made their last 3 shots. Booker finds Rooks. 2-player game. Jumper short. Tosu battling for the rebound. She was the last to touch for Colorado State. Rebounding, such a big story of this game coming in. UNLV, the best of the Mountain West in that category, and that time it results in 2 points, a 13-point lead. Tosu way off. Murphy, a big O board for the Rams.
Hey, there's Murphy going. Little baby jump hook.
Last 6 games coming in, Murphy averaging 13. Well, the reason why Colorado State has had this big run in the Mountain West tournament. Hofschild, beautiful spin. Oh, it just won't fall.
Not friendly. Hoop right now, almost like a home hoop.
Like those double rims at the park. And the Izor misses. Etheridge, and that's UNLV again attacking the offensive glass. Rooks will head to the line.
Boy, it was really breaking down, wasn't it, for Rooks? She really didn't have a true handle of the basketball, but kept her momentum going. And on the flip side, she'll be at the free throw line.
Mountain West Championship game. Heating up from the Thomas & Mack Center. UNLV looking for their first ever Mountain West Tournament championship. 11-point lead as we go to tonight's Geico Difference Makers. In essence, Booker has been just that for the Lady Rebels.
Matching her 17 from the semis. We still got a lot of basketball left, but being efficient, attacking the hoop, and on the flip side, McKenna Hofschild for Colorado State has been the person that they need to calm the offense. The offense just hasn't been able to consistently get that flow. And part of that big flow, obviously, is Kayla Murphy.
Murphy, only 4 points. Hofschild, you mentioned it, 14 points, but she's just 5 of 14 shooting, so a bit inefficient. Brooks hits both free throws, ties the largest lead of the game for UNLV, and the player of the year is back into the game for the Lady Rebels and Desiree Young.
Well, and I think a lot of the misses and the opportunities that have rolled out for the Rams too have been due to the defense. The defensive play, altering shots by the Lady Rebels, making you feel uncomfortable every time you go near the paint.
That's right on cue. Hofschild falls as she gets near the paint. Murphy sneaks it in. That's what she did all third quarter against New Mexico.
And that's one tough shot. Low percentage area, baseline, back to the hoop.
It'll be Izor, 6th player of the year. The transfer from Youngstown State into the game for UNLV. Young wants the answer. Gets the response against Murphy.
A little extra giddy up step there.
Yeah, she's strong.
Superwoman goggles on, that's why.
Oh, block shot by Etheridge. Murphy reverses it home.
This game has had really good, this has been a great basketball game actually. Low turnovers, a lot of action back and forth.
And there's a turnover. As soon as you say low turnover.
Low turnovers.
Colorado State forces one. They don't force many. Stop and pop for Farkas. Here comes Colorado State.
Yeah, and Farkas is that spark off the bench, right? You know, she comes in, gives you that defensive presence. Been very consistent all season long for Coach Williams.
Young has double vision and rifles it away. Back-to-back UNLV turnovers.
Well, Farkas gets some spacing there. You don't want to give her that spacing. And is it enough to spur this team on? Could be.
Those were the first 2 bench points of the game for Colorado State. Tosu, hop step. No call, but it gets to Murphy.
Can we give her an assist on that, Chris?
Just like yesterday in the semis against New Mexico, Murphy's erupted in the third quarter. She is 10. Booker, no. Kinzer rebounds. Colorado State has scored 6 straight. Hofschild makes it an 8-0 run. Almost sounds like Moby Arena. Late shot clock possession for UNLV. It has to be Booker. Doesn't get the roll. Murphy up tall for the board. Tosu rockets it off the backboard.
A little bit too quick, I think, on that offensive set, too.
UNLV giveaway again.
This is what got UNLV in a little bit of trouble and started opening the door last night in the semifinals against Air Force. Coach LaRocque looks on, playing too fast, right? We talked about playing smart, but play quick. You've got the clock on your side. You've got the scoreboard on your side. Just got to slow it down a little bit.
Colorado State has closed this third quarter strong. And they get the exclamation point as they hold for one. And a Seton Hall transfer. Hashiel with the Kinzer screen.
Ooh. Shake
and bake. Keeps the pivot. Rips to Farkas. Blocked by Booker. 1 second. That does it for the third. UNLV lead trimmed to 5 with Colorado State on a run to end the frame. McKenna Hashiel trying to bring the Rams back. The bench loves it here on Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. Get any better than this. Close game, start of the fourth for a spot in the NCAAW tournament. Let's see who stepped up their game. Brought to you by Warner Ladder. Of course, Carly Murphy, big in the third.
10 points in the third. Much of what Colorado State has done to chip back into this game and win the quarter rides on Murphy's shoulders right there. And finally now, they have 20 points in the paint. Murphy has been the difference. Going to take a little breather here as we start the fourth.
See right there, UNLV struggles to end the third frame. They're looking for their first NCAA tournament appearance in 20 years. They've never won the Mountain West tournament. Booker, back rim. Another UNLV offensive rebound. It's been a story. They have 7 boards.
Right, and when you're like this right now, you've got the scoreboard on your side. This is an important possession. You've gotten the offensive board, certainly one of the keys. Make it work, run the clock down, but they got to work fast here now.
Brooks sees it, gets it off, does hit the rim. Clark gets the rebound. Atasu wide open, lines it up. And Etheridge secures a rebound.
Early on in the game, Booker would have been running that one full speed up the floor.
Careful with a late lead. Booker races to the rim off glass. Game high 19 for Essence Booker.
Spread the floor out for Booker, let her go to work. As Murphy's getting set here to check back in.
Hashiel rise and fire, bullseye.
You know, we have some sharpshooters on both teams. You've got to recognize when you're a sub or whatever, when you're coming down the floor, the tendencies of that person.
Shove in the back, so difficult to deal with Desiree Young. A physical 6'1" on the interior.
Look at that little up and under move, driving hard to the hoop. Her teammates clear it out for her.
Young battling with Murphy. They're wrestling on that block. Kiera Jackson, a freshman, playing big fourth quarter minutes, turns it over. Atasu ahead of the back. Great touch pass, layup won't fall, in and out from Mack. And a foul down low on UNLV. Still, Colorado State had a chance there to cut it to a one-possession game.
You know, it was actually a really good job. We had quick movement up the floor. The Rams are out in transition. They get Rooks spun all around, and it just won't drop through the cylinder. But they retain possession here.
Third foul on Etheridge. Off shield. No. feeling both teams knew it would be like this in the fourth quarter. Tight, couple of possessions of separation. Handles by Booker, wasn't fouled. Young there.
You know, Young has been kind of quiet. Other compliments on the floor here in the third, coming into the fourth now. Is this the moment where she turns it on and gets into the offensive mix too?
Kinzer off the back of the rim. Remember, for Colorado State, this is their fourth game in 4 nights. UNLV just their third in 3. Scoop by Booker. Mack said no. One of the best of the conference at blocking shots. Murphy rolls down the lane.
You know, it wasn't pretty. Murphy was able to recontrol and focus back in. That was a tough shot to make.
Murphy from Hofschild. Those two both say their personalities as well as their game complement each other. In and out from Jackson. Again, can cut it to a 1-possession game. Colorado State trailed by as many as 13. Murphy hits the deck hard without a whistle. It stays with Colorado State. Ryan Williams can't believe there wasn't a foul.
That's a hard movement to the hoop. Was it all ball? Prior one, it was all ball in the cylinder, and they'll retain possession underneath. Closing in on a double-double now is Murphy. It happens quickly.
Hofschild sneaks through with the English. It's a 1-possession game in Las Vegas. Looks, size advantage, just too strong for Mack. Tosu sees a crease, draws the help, leaves open Mack. She's a shooter!
Just hanging there on the corner baseline. You know, she got to that corner really quick, and it's almost like the Lady Rebels forgot their personnel on the floor to get out there on her.
Oh, the Izor from Booker. Big time plays back and forth.
Solid interior pass. Booker could have easily have taken that to the bucket herself. Spun the defender around.
Rams looking for their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2016 when they won the Mountain West Championship. Tosu is short. O board for the Rams. Hofschild lines it off the rim, gets it back and finishes. She's only 5'5". She's a firecracker.
Hofschild giving Colorado State some reason to cheer. She'll come back to try to finish it on the flip side.
Coming up next, Road to the Final Four continues as our hoops experts break down all the latest from beyond the court. Don't miss Inside College Basketball on CBS Sports Network. Speaking of breaking it down, let's revisit our keys.
Yeah, the Rams 8 assists on 24 made hoops. They've got that advantage very slightly on the glass right now. UNLV has done a really good job, and actually both teams have done a good job protecting the rock tonight. Just 7 turnovers for the Lady Rebels. And fast break points, credit the Rams for getting back quickly. Only 4 fast break points. There's Hofschild finishes on the play.
Now before the break made the bucket. So speaking of keys, Leo, what is the key down the stretch in a 1-point game for the championship?
It's coming down to every possession, you know, and being able to finish. You talk about taking care of the basketball. This is the time when every single possession has to count. And this ball should go back to the Lady Rebels.
Hofschild saying it was touched by UNLV.
Wow.
So is Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
Ooh. Looked like it was close to being touched by Obi Izor. Booker gets the shooter's roll.
You got that hot hand. You got to put it in the hot hand.
The team calls her the closer. She's earned that trust to take the big shots in the fourth.
Keep in mind, this is all kind of transpired with Young on the bench.
That Colorado State 9-point lead was early. UNLV has had the lead for a majority of the way. The freshman Jackson.
Nice job.
Step back on Hofschild, gets the space.
Boy, Jackson has been spectacular off the bench tonight when they've needed her to handle the basketball and come up with some key shots.
Hofschild bumped and will head to the line. She lives at the free throw line.
That's a tough shot that Jackson just made. Puts her head down, kind of leans in, and then gets enough space to drop it in. Now at the opposite end, this is not the person you want to have at the free throw line in the game. In Hofschild, she is solid and steady. If it's not going to drop in, she's going to find a way to get to the line with the clock stopped for her team.
After the Obi Izor foul, which was her first, couple of free throws go for Hofschild. Young, double team. They back off the double. Murphy defends. Here's the double. Spins away, fades away, and separates from Colorado State. That's the player of the year in the Mountain West. Backdoor goes a Tossu. Thrown away. Young vacuums it in. 5-point lead and the ball for UNLV. It's Jackson. No. Rams chance to respond. Hofschild, fading, leaning. It doesn't matter. And a timeout called by Colorado State. Hofschild's erupted for 27 points. We'll be back in 30 for the Mountain West Championship. Ryan Williams designing a defense to get his Rams a stop after Hofschild scored her 27th.
What a tough bucket in a tight spot. Again, those are the little things you're working on at home, right? In the summer. Tight shots in the hoop, clock winding down, we're trailing by one. You want the ball in the right hands. Now, for Colorado State, they've got to step up with this defense here, and they've got to protect the perimeter. Keep it tight in the middle. Don't let any dribble penetration into the middle.
Booker tries the middle. Falls to the deck hard. We'll head to the free throw line where she shoots it at an 89% clip.
Booker just trying to make something happen for her teammates, and she has been the one consistent piece all night long, Chris. Right from the onset. Yeah, that one didn't drain right there. So proud last night talking to us after the game about wearing the uniform and being back here and just trying to make things happen.
The Las Vegas native gives UNLV a 4-point lead. Offshield's a playmaker. Slices through, rushes the layup, and Young brings it in.
Got fouls to give here, too.
A couple of them on the Colorado State side, only 2 fouls. Utasu aggressive on the reach.
Gotta make it happen.
Under a minute left. Booker waits, attacks, poked, Utasu on the floor. Booker secures, 1 left, and a timeout from the sideline. The timeout keeps the possession with UNLV. They just have 1 to shoot. Up next. Winner moves on to the NCAAA tournament as the Mountain West championship game between UNLV and Colorado State. It's been great down the stretch, less than a minute left. You can see the game reset here. Officials taking a look at the clock. Timeout was called with just 1 on the shot clock as UNLV letting it get late. Scrap on the floor. When was the timeout granted? How much time should be on the clock? That's what the officiating crew is looking at. Looks like they put an extra second on there, so 2 seconds for UNLV.
2 seconds is a lot of time. 2 seconds is a lot of time. I would expect someone, maybe Booker, to come hard off a screen.
There's neither of these coaches and programs expect to get in as an at-large. So you have to win in the Mountain West tournament to get into the big dance. UNLV, the regular season champs, win it outright for the first time ever.
Rams get the ball, got to call timeout quickly so they get the ball moved up the floor.
With 2 to shoot, Booker, bang! Hometown hero with a hero shot that they'll take a look at to make sure she got it off.
We talk about identifying your personnel, and for Booker, she came off the screen, kind of slid into the corner as the safety valve in the corner. Late reaction, getting over there. We talk about checking your personnel, knowing where everyone is on the floor. They give it to the hot hand, and Booker responds.
Making sure she also was in bounds. Her heels were close to the sideline. But it did look like she spotted up at the perfect spot. They call her the closer. Trying to close the door on Colorado State. And win the Mountain West Championship. All right, so Colorado State here. What's the plan? They're down 7.
Coach LaRock really wanted to see where the personnel, what was going to be on the floor, thus the reason that she took the timeout. And also another reason for her to take the timeout is she needs to calm her team down, right? And this extra seconds here for that timeout helps that piece. Now the ball's going to be inbounded, scored table side, half court, right? They're excelling the basketball into the front court. I think you got to put the ball into Hofschild's hands, let her drive to the hoop, get the quick foul. You got some fouls to give, right? Stop the clock, try to get some fouls to give, get him to the free throw line, try to get back down the opposite end of the court here. A lot of challenges ahead.
No challenge has been too great for Colorado State all year. Remember, they lost their last 3 in the regular season. That defining moment was how they played.
All right, so check this now, right? Coach LaRock took the timeout after the initial timeout, so that would have put the ball back into the backcourt. So now Coach Williams has to burn a timeout here to get the ball back into the front court again.
So positioning, again,
Absolutely.
You're allowed to advance the ball after a timeout is called by the team with the ball.
Correct. Solid move there by Coach LaRock. So forces Coach Williams to take the timeout. Now to get the ball back in the front court again.
Getting all the strategy.
Absolutely. We're going to try to clean this out, I think, here for Hofschild to be able to get to the hoop.
Atasu gets it quickly, misses on the interior. Young tips the rebound. Booker hauls it in, gets fouled. Remember, Colorado State still has some fouls to give. That's just her third.
Boy, it was right there, too. Just rolled up off the rim. Rooks did the right thing. Just keep her hands up, not foul on the play.
Colorado State still has to foul 2 more times before UNLV shoots free throws.
Farkas back in, number 11, as a solid defender for Colorado State.
Bring in the good free throw shooting team and a good ball handling team as Young goes out for UNLV. Atasu commits the foul on Booker. That's the 4th. Another side out. It'll actually be a baseline inbounds.
Home run, throw that long ball.
Out of space for Rooks. She's finally fouled. Now, if you're Colorado State, that's the player you want to foul on the floor. She's just a 50% free throw shooter.
She was roaming free. She was ready to give it up, too. Nobody was coming out on her, and they had basically they forced her hand on that as well.
2 for 2 from the line in this game. Kayla Rooks, the Washington transfer. Back rim, and it remains a 7-point game. Splits it. 8-point lead. Rolling the ball, and UNLV's Kiera Jackson was the one to read it. Hofschild fouls the freshman. How about that heady play for the reserve guard, Kiera Jackson, as UNLV can sense it.
You know, we talk about your times of when, you know, you had that game that brought you to the next level. And I think for Jackson tonight, she's going to remember this game for her entire career. Brought herself to the next level. Solid minutes when she was called upon by coach and has really helped out this cause.
Big 4th quarter field goal. 2 huge free throws after the steal. 10-point lead. Kinzer, no! Mack is fouled on the rebound. Not in the act. And that was the last foul to give for UNLV. That bench is ready to run out there as soon as that horn sounds. Mack, short. Obiazor brings it in. 6 seconds left. UNLV, the regular season Mountain West champions. And they complete the journey as the tournament champions. And for the first time in 20 years, UNLV Lady Rebels are heading to the NCAAA tournament. Essence, Booker, and Lindy LaRock exchanging a hug. How about that for the leading scorer, 25 in the game, as Hofschild gave it all she could for Colorado State, counterpunched with 27. But it's UNLV, the Mountain West champs. We'll be back with more from the Thomas and Mack Center. UNLV 75, Colorado State 65, Mountain West champion Lady Rebels, and Leah's with their head coach, Lindy LaRock.
Coach LaRock, congratulations. You talked about last night, the team talked about a lot, winning this for the city and everything it meant to you guys, and they finished it. It was a total team effort. Some of your thoughts?
Well, I mean, how about Colorado State? What a great team. They're so gritty. They made some big plays there in the second half. They have some really good players. I think the coaching staff does a heck of a job, but, I can't be more proud of our togetherness and just to stick through it, I think everyone wanted us to fold there for a second, but we looked at each other in the huddle and just said, believe, calm down, we got this, finish it out strong, and they did it.
It's an emotional time, too, especially with everything that's gone on the last 2 years. Essence Booker's play from start to finish for you tonight, she really carried the load.
I mean, just what a human being. I mean, she's a great young woman, and then she's a pretty good basketball player too, but it's everyone around her. I mean, she loves her teammates more than anyone, and she'll be the first to say it's about Desi and Kayla and Justice and Frescas and all of them down the line. So really proud of her. She had a heck of a performance tonight.
It's been a long season. You have highs and lows. Some of your thoughts about being able to hoist this trophy now in the automatic?
Well, we talked about this at the very beginning of the year of what we wanted, and then we just put our heads down and went to work. And so now to look up and obviously see all these fans and what we've been able to do, it's really special. I don't know if it's totally set in yet. I'm eager to get back with that team and celebrate with them.
There you go. Go ahead and go enjoy it with them. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. Chris, back to you.
Thanks so much, Leah. And thanks so much, Lindy LaRock, championship head coach for UNLV. First ever Mountain West tournament champions. Congratulations to UNLV. For Leah Secondo and our entire CBS Sports crew, I'm Chris Lewis. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Let's head to the studio back in New York. Good night from Las Vegas.